Hey, what's up everybody? My name is CollegeSportsREVIVED. Hope you guys are having a good day. I welcome you back to the Road to NBA 2K22 series here on the PlayStation 5. Last episode was the first two games of the first round of the Season 6 playoffs, and considering it's been over a month, let's recap the insanity of the previous installments. So, there was a ton of buzz leading up to this series against the Wizards, and it pretty much surrounded Cade Cunningham's return to the Big Apple. We all know it just didn't work out here for Cade while he was a Knick, so he was traded at the deadline for Montrezl Harrell, and with Cade teaming up with my former college rival Jerome Clifford, the Wizards became one of the hottest teams in the NBA post All-Star break, and Cade started showing flashes of greatness. A lot of experts started favoring the Wizards for a first-round upset, and I give Cade some credit. In Game 1, he was doing a lot of talking, almost getting physical with Donnie and me at some points, but hey, he backed it up, and the Wizards went on to shock us in Game 1 thanks to Cade's 19 points and 8 assists, and on top of that, Washington also got back Bradley Beal, and that was also another reason why the experts started favoring them so heavily. Bradley Beal missed pretty much the entirety of this season with knee surgery, but he comes back and had a pretty up and down Game 1 and 2. At the end of the day though, Washington would take Game 1, 102-89. So, Fran was really the only Knick to show up in Game 1, and perhaps the culprit to that was Donovan dealing with a knee strain, which ended up keeping him less than 100% for the second game of the series as well. This information didn't matter much to me, however. I knew we had to take advantage of the Wizards' small ball lineup with Beal at the 3, and I tried my best to put Donnie in the best position to succeed in Game 2, and it's safe to say my man rose to the occasion. Donovan dropped the double-double through the paint, including a couple of highlight reel plays. And me personally, I also set a career high in steals, and we ended up cruising to a 118-94 victory to restore order as we head on the road for games 3 and 4 today, and I'm very excited to finally hop back into the Road to NBA 2K22 series today. Oh yeah, and how can I forget Obi Toppin putting down one of the most nasty slams we've ever seen last episode on top of Cade Cunningham, making him go down on all fours. And ever since this jam right here, Cade's been a little bit of a different player. This one might have hurt his ego a little bit, so it's just something to keep in mind. So we open up this episode with some good news right off the jump. Donovan's knee injury was very minor, and with a day off before Game 3, he returns back to 100%, so obviously very glad to hear that. But prior to Game 3, let's grab an update on the rest of the bracket so far, with Brooklyn and Atlanta being the only series that has been decided at this point. I think you can tell my boy Damian Lillard is ready for another chapter of our long-standing rivalry. 32 points in the closeout game and 33 points a night in the series, hardly missing from 3. If we win both games today, we're going to punch our ticket for an all-New York Conference semifinals. But first, we got to grit up for these games in DC. I can't imagine these fans being very friendly after the 2 or 3 near fights we almost got into with Cade last episode, but feels good to be back, everybody. Tip off right around the corner. This series has been everything you could ask for in a round 1 matchup, but man, I would love to beat these guys on their home floor twice today to avoid a win or go home game this early on. I think the key for the Wizards is getting that guy right there going. Everyone assumed Brad Beal would be having to shake off some cobwebs after missing all season with the knee injury, but as you can see, he's still wearing that brace on his knee. Donnie's going to try to keep him off the books again here in Game 3 as we're about to get underway today. Welcome back, everybody. And I am excited to be back. So the Knicks get the first possession. We come up empty. So here come the Wizards up the other end of the floor. We had a really nice offensive showing in Game 2 after not even putting up 90 points in Game 1. Here comes Bradley Beal with the first points of the third game, and he's trying to break a bit of a shooting curse, if you will. He shot 7 of 20 in both Game 1 and Game 2, so like I said before, trying to dust off some of the cobwebs. As look at Montrezl Harrell going back door for my first assist. All right. I love it. Montrezl Harrell, he's been such an awesome piece of this team ever since coming over for the Cade Cunningham trade. And that's a big reason why right there. He's not going to win any scoring titles, but Harrell, he just knows how to get open and find dunks and layups as here comes Beal with the first 5 points of the Washington Wizards outing tonight. So we are up in a slim game as Donnie runs the pick and roll with me, and there is assist number 3 to number 3. And Cade Cunningham and Bradley Beal, they just have not had an answer for Donovan. As you know, the closer he is to the basket, in my eyes, the better, because Bradley Beal has no answer for him. As Montrezl Harrell keeps it moving to me, 5 seconds to shoot on this possession, trying to extend our lead and find my first bucket, and that I would. The high release point on that one made all the difference. So I got a first, basket. I got a couple assists here, not a bad start. As Cade Cunningham has been held off the book so far, he steps up to the line for a couple free throws as I check out for the first time. Heading back in here in the second quarter, and we have a slim 4-point lead. Not as much offense so far for us, but hey, we're coming off a game in game 2 where we shot 16-31 as a team from 3. So that's going to be very hard to replicate in this one. So working off of Ferran's screen on this possession, looking for a 9-point lead, and Toppin would deliver with some authority. How about a 360 to put a little, sweetness on that Easter dunk? Yes, happy Easter here in the game, and happy Easter in real life as well. So we're going to move it up ahead a little bit here with Jerome Clifford and the Washington Wizards knocking down back-to-back threes. Clifford's actually been the best three-point shooter for the Wizards through the first 2 games. He is 5 for 12, now 6 of 13 from 3 on the series. As here comes Cade Cunningham. What a move to get past me! And an and one for Cade will give him and the Wizards the lead. What a sham god move he used on me on the perimeter. We all know the story of Cade Cunningham, and he's been becoming a budding superstar here ever since he moved to DC. 19 points apiece for him in both Game 1 and Game 2, and his stats pre and post All-Star break have been night and day. We'll get into that more later. For now, we are going to hop back into me playing some offense. I get Cade stumbling a little bit, so does Harrell with the screen. No good from Toppin, but Harrell does the dirty work inside. We needed something to get going. The Wizards had scored 11 unanswered points at that point, and Montrezl Harrell, he pumps up the team with an awesome offensive rebound and putback. So another screen between me and Donnie. Great job cutting it off by Beal this time. 9 seconds left to shoot, gonna have to improvise here. A lot of standing around on this possession. Down by 3, I find a lane, and with only a couple seconds left to spare, I get this one to go. So that's 4 points for me. Not a lot so far as we're dwindling down time here in the second quarter. I'm only shooting 2 for 6 so far as Berton sets a screen for Jerome Clifford, and I come over and pick it loose. Let's go, coming off my career high in steals in a game. And how about another lob to my boy Montrez? He is back at home. Well, where he spent home for a good majority of time, but now he's a New York Knick and he's playing like it. He wants to be here, as you can tell. So Clifford at the line will tie up the game as I make my exit, and the Wizards outscore us by 8 before the half. So a nice little run for Washington as we head into the break. Oh boy, so we're kind of on upset alert again. We kind of went cold there near the end of the first half, and I don't know how to feel about it. Manuel quickly off the bench, 10 points in 10 minutes. A lot of free throws made for the backup point guard. Montrez, 8 and 6 and 2 blocks. He's on his way for another big outing. Donovan with 5 and 3. But Ferran only has 4 shots, and that's ridiculous. He had 38 points in Game 1. He was the only Knick to show up in that loss, and we got to get him going. And we got to get me going a little bit too. I got 3 fouls. I missed 4 shots. I only have 4 points, so a bit of an up and down start to this ball game. We're doing some things you like, but some other things not liking so much, with Clifford leading the Wizards in points with 11. Cade Cunningham has 7, and so does Beal, but only 3 for 11 shooting, so he hasn't really turned it around just yet. Wouldn't be surprised with the way he's pacing if he shoots 7 for 20 for a 3rd straight game as we continue on here in the second half. So 61-53, Washington still leads our first possession of offense here in the second quarter. A little dribble handoff will give me an assist and give Ferran his 5th and 6th points on the night, cutting it to 6 until Washington knocks down another shot. So still an 8-point game. Montrez will give it to Ferran after I set an awesome screen on Jerome Clifford. Look at that. 2 possessions into the second half, and Ferran already has 5 points, already surpassing his first half output. How about that? So Jerome Clifford attacking Donovan, and he will send it off the glass. Up ahead to me in rhythm. There is a green light mid-range jump shot for me to go. So back down to a one-possession game. We saw a huge third quarter for us in game 2 that made all the difference. We're trying to replicate that once again, as I almost grabbed another steal there. But Cade will deliver an assist to Davis Bertans. He has been a thorn in our side. Definitely the secret weapon for this Wizards team. He had a good series against us last year as well. So here he is shooting another one. Harrell much better contested this time. So we're about halfway through this third quarter, and not much progress has been made. Still down by 6, but Donnie will cut the lead in half as I'm approaching a double-double, and Donnie is approaching a new series high in points today. So we're now down to 5 minutes to play. It's Cade Cunningham one-on-one against Montrezl Harrell, up to 12 points, but in the low 40% for Cade tonight, shooting from the floor. So I'm setting up Montrezl Harrell again. This time it's covered nicely by Davis Bertans. He doesn't let him go back door this time and yam it on their defense. But Donovan curling off a screen. Beal will drop too low, and it'll be another 3 for number 3. Timeout, Washington. Now down by 4. We are back within striking distance once again. But can we close the gap finally? Well, heading into a timeout, we're going to find out as we enter the fourth, up by 3. So the bench this time holds their own, and does a little bit more than just holding their own, as we have the lead for the first time since the first half. So we check back in and ready to get things underway, and it'll be sideline inbound for us. Obi Toppin the inbounder, and this play is actually designed for me. 2 screens at both elbow spots for me to finally have some real estate to find my shot. 83-78, Knicks on top. 10 minutes to play here in what could be a very decisive game 3. So Bradley Beal still with that brace on his knee as he will try to take Obi one-on-one. Great job without fouling. Obi coming in big there. Up ahead to Ferran, and look at the degree of difficulty on this take. Immediately when he caught that pass, he went between the legs, took on maybe 2-3 Washington players, and with so much momentum going into the basket, that is a very difficult floater and a very awesome take to give me my 10th assist on the night. I would secure another one. So now at 11 assists as we still hold on to this slim lead. Donovan trying to set a screen for Ferran. Donnie rolls, and Ferran gets a little fancy with it. How are you supposed to guard this one? Oh my goodness, Ferran pulling out all of his tricks, pulling out all the stops. Now up to 15 points, definitely night and day from the first half, as 11 of those have come in the second. Obi Toppin forces Cade to a turnover. Bounce pass. It's Ferran looking confident on this three-pointer as well. Our biggest lead since the first half, 94-88. Knicks on top, looking great so far here in the fourth quarter. And we all know Ferran, we all know his splits are awesome on the road, so no surprise he's stepping up here in the fourth. But there is Jerome Clifford now getting the 20 points. I didn't defend that pick and pop very well. That one's on me. And Washington cuts our lead in half. I find some room to take it down with my offhand, and I'm up to a double-double, and I've gotten my field goal shooting back up to 50% finally. So on the road, this could be a huge win for us. Whoever wins this game is only one win away from the conference semifinals. It's Beal now. The Wizards have been tearing us apart from behind the line, returning the favor from game 2, and we shot almost 50% in 30 tries from 3. Whoa, look at this pass. Ferran has an answer, and he goes behind the head to deliver one to Donnie. This is memorable right here. Look at the big 3. All is advertised down the stretch, and everyone is excited and they're hype. What an assist by Ferran. This fourth quarter, Ferran can just do no wrong, so why not keep the ball in his hands? But he gives it up to me. He's working off a screen. And let's see, him and Clifford have been going back and forth. They've been trading punches all night long. Look at this extra pass. How about another nice assist? Everything Ferran touches is turning to gold here in the fourth quarter, as we're down to 4 minutes to go with a 4-point lead. A lot of fours there. So moving on. Let's see. We still got a 4-point lead until Beal. He will deliver a layup. Beautiful screen there by Jonas Valanciunas with those broad shoulders of his. So 109, 107. We dwindle this clock down to 2.5 minutes to play. And we're going to keep rolling with some pick and pop offense. This time it's covered nicely. Donovan, I should say, flashes, gives it back to me. 5 seconds left. We're going to have to improvise here. 2 seconds, trying to cross over and spin around for a jump shot. I'm pretty open there, but too much side-to-side movement. I couldn't square my shoulders, so there's a missed shot. So the Wizards have a chance of tying it here with under 2 to play. It's Clifford pounding the rock. Nice move on Ferran, but it's Obi sending it back up ahead, and Ferran was trying to finish it off on the other side of the floor, and he does. But Toppin with one of the greatest blocks I've ever seen in this series. Clifford double clutching, leaving the door open for Toppin to just recover in time. And it's set up an awesome fast break opportunity for the Knicks. They could have tied it right there. Instead of it's a 4-point swing for us. Oh my goodness, Toppin is playing like a franchise center here in game 3. So Ferran off a screen as Washington scores again, 111 to 109. Ferran once again wants 2 more points, and this time it comes over the 7-footer. Jonas Valanciunas, 24 for Ferran tonight, as he keeps pouring it on here in the 4th quarter. And look at this, Beal is hot on offense, Donovan's hot on defense, but he gets the stop we need. So 60 seconds left to play, 113 to 109. And it looks like Ferran just going to be a little decoy in this possession. It's going to be me and Donovan with half the shot clock gone. Let's see, we're going to try to go to work here, and it's Cade now swatting me. 45 seconds left to play. Washington looking for some early offense. Again, it's Beal against Donnie. Look at them, both of them are hot, and Beal gets a screen. Again, operating nicely. It's Bertans setting him up for a 3-point play. Toppin couldn't get the block shot this time. Beal, the seasoned veteran, knows how to get past someone like Toppin, and he doesn't let his vertical bother him. So Beal with the 3-point play, 113 to 112. The series could be decided right here. Whoever goes up only has 1 game to go before the conference semifinals. It's Ferran, 8 seconds left to go in this possession. How about a behind the head pass and an extra look by Montrezl Harrell? What a play by the Knicks offense to put us up 3. I know we talk about the big 3 so much here in New York, but it's the secondary guys coming through that makes this team so special. What a pass by Ferran, but it was the extra look and great court awareness by Montrez as he gives it to Obi, who came flying in down the left wing, and that will put us up 3. One more stop stays in the way of a series lead here in the conference semifinals. The Wizards are battling us, giving us all they have. But we're just 1 stop away from going up a game. It's Bertans the inbound. I'm trying to face guard my boy Cade, but the pass will go into him. 14 seconds left. It's Cade down the lane, 1-on-1 against Toppin, and it's knocked away. Loose ball, but it's grabbed by Montrez. Oh, let's go. Both on offense and defense. What did I say earlier? Toppin is playing like a franchise center. This is the best game I have ever seen from Toppin. And how about Harrell coming flying in, out hustling Cade and Valanciunas for that loose change. Oh my goodness, this front court between Harrell and Toppin, they have made all the difference today. Yes, the big 3 has come to play, but without Harrell and without Toppin, I don't think we win this game. But we haven't won it just yet. I still need to step up and at least knock down one of these freebies to put us up 2 possessions with 9 seconds left to go. DC gets rowdy. The first one is good as gold. And that'll be pretty much it here in game 3. The second one, just a formality, as the Knicks will take game 3 in a heart stopper. 119 to 112 is your final, and the Knicks go up 2 games to 1. A very entertaining game here on Easter within the game, and with Easter right around the corner, that's pretty funny. But moving on, let's take a look at some of these stats. And of course, Ferran, 24 points, but how many did he have in that 4th quarter? Well, let's take a look right here. He only missed 4 shots in the game, and in the second half he had 20, and 15 of those came in the fourth quarter. That is insane. Ferran coming up big, and all 3 of his assists came in the fourth quarter as well. So Ferran with a fourth quarter straight out of Michael Jordan's playbook. And we also had Donovan coming back fully healthy, knocking down 3 threes, 17 and 7, 16 and 16 for myself. Got myself back up to 50% shooting as well. But how about Montrez with a double-double, and Obi Toppin with some huge shots and 2 huge blocks to preserve game 3. That front court made all the difference tonight. I cannot believe my eyes when Toppin and Harold just made play after play. Bradley Beal shot 6 for 8 in the fourth quarter. Great finish for his day. He finally looked a little bit more like himself. Clifford struggled in the second half, and Cade Cunningham, I pretty much neutralized him down the stretch. You didn't hear much from him as well. Valanciunas with a double-double as we head back into the menus to talk about some more of the playoff bracket as we look around the league to see what's going on. Starting out in the East, just above us, the C's and the Bulls are in a bloodbath. That series is tied up 2-2, with Chicago just avoiding elimination by a single point and forcing a Game 5. Levine's been the one who's starring 29 points and 7 threes in this elimination game. But let's check out the Bucks and the Heat. In case you guys don't remember last year in the series, the Bucks won the East in the regular season, but were shocked by the 8th seed Celtics in 4 games. And then we ended up taking on the Celtics in the second round. But this time around, they're trying to do the shocking as they have the Miami Heat on the ropes, now up 2-1. As South Beach looks for an answer for Giannis. The Heat may have been my kryptonite for a while in this series. I think we all know that at this point. I lost my second finals to them on the Pelicans, lost last year in the conference finals to them on the Knicks. So I'd get a little chuckle about seeing Miami flop in the first round, I'm not gonna lie to you. Over in the West, Dallas and Deshaun bring out the brooms for the Kings, no surprise there, but they will lose Kristaps for the Western Conference semis against the Pels, as New Orleans upsets the Grizzlies 3-1. This was a pretty cool matchup. You had Aaron Catley, my former teammate, against our former team, but the Brow got going, closing out the Grizzlies with 28, 11, and 6, while Catley struggled throughout the series, shooting around 30% in the 4-game battle. And finally, the Suns and the Jazz prepare for a winner-go-home Game 5, and the All-California 2-7 matchup has the Clippers 1 win away from beating Steph's Warriors. But us Knicks are also 1 win away of putting to bed the Washington Wizards, who have been so hungry for this upset. They've been in pretty much every game, and they look really impressive while they do it. This is going to be a team that's going to be around to stay for a long time and be very competitive, but for now, they're still trying to find their chemistry, and they're not totally at their peak yet. I think it's finally time we put all the doubters and put this upset, potential finally to rest, as Ferran and Donovan get us going out of the gates. Pick and roll between Ferran and Donnie G, as Ferran with those 3 huge fourth quarter assists. Now he's got another one. So the Wizards up by a basket as Ferran looks for Harold. A little handoff to me, 7 to shoot on this possession, 5 seconds now. And I'm actually getting doubled, but Harold again knows how to move to find his shot, and he does it once again. Perhaps after dropping 16 assists in Game 3, the Wizards bringing an extra defender on my side of the floor and make it a little bit harder for me to find other teammates. And they're trying to do it again, but Ferran will make the extra pass to Donnie. 5 seconds left to go. Got all the ball movement on this possession, and as I pull up short, kiss off the glass to get me my first couple points and tie up the game at 8 apiece. Jerome Clifford coming off his highest outing of the series. He had 20 last game, but it's a turnover for Cade Cunningham. Let's go Knicks. We've been awesome while we run on the break this series, and that will continue. Great dish inside to my boy Ferran. So I'm on the board, Donnie's on the board, and now Ferran gets his first couple points as well. So now 13 apiece, 4:40 left to go. Donnie getting double teamed. I will continue to move without the ball. Green light, catch and shoot from the left baseline, about 18 feet out, as it looks like Cade Cunningham will burn one here for his Wizards teammates. So I'll check out, come back in, and the Wizards have broken the 30-point threshold as we enter the second quarter. Defense got to step up a little bit here, especially from the second unit. So first possession, we'll keep it in the hands of Ferran. And this time he stopped in his tracks. Obi Toppin coming off an awesome game 3 where he pretty much saved the day, him and Harrell. And he'll cut the lead in half. So now down by only a basket as I am approaching having a 4-4-4 start. And there it is. Look at that. 4 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. A triple-double to close out Washington would feel pretty damn good. I can't lie. Me versus JV out on the perimeter. He can't guard me. Come on, a little combo to break him down. And then I go with the reverse right to left, all with my strong hand, just avoiding Beal at the rim. Look at this nice little snatch back move. I seem to be using that as my go-to move, and this one was a beauty. So 38 apiece now. Clifford off the mark inside. 8-12 left to play here in the second quarter. A lot of highlights here in the second already. We've barely made any progress here. Only 4 minutes elapsed. Well, that's for good reason. Take a look at this right here. A little double move on Cade, but looking back door. Here comes Toppin in very similar fashion to what he did against the Wizards down the stretch with that huge dunk he had to put us up 3. Yeah, that looked just like it, where he cut down the right wing. Yeah, that was awesome. Toppin with another ferocious jam, and then Harrell with another extra pass. He's been making a habit of doing that. He's the one who set up Toppin for that jam to put us up 3, and he does it again, this time finding Donnie as I record a hockey assist. Now up by 6, Washington going nowhere as Donovan having some trouble there in the post. 9 seconds to shoot. Once again, it's a short shot clock for us. Washington playing some decent defense, but we just keep finding ways to score. Ferran, look at this, picking up right where he left off. He's already got 15. He's the game's top scorer. Now, how about we make it 17 for him? Shot out of a cannon out of the perimeter there. He just put the burners on and beat everybody inside. So now Bradley Beal, he will record another 3-point play. It's Montrezl Harrell, a step too slow, as Washington continues to stick around, and I will check out for the rest of the first half, but a pretty comfortable 10-point lead. I can't say comfortable. The Wizards have made a habit of coming back time and time again in this series, but by far our best starts on offense. We are well above 50%. Well, thanks to Ferran shooting 8 of 13, putting up 17 points. He is on pace to do something special tonight. And how about all these Knicks players with 7? We got 4 Knicks with 7, and even more with at least some type of points in the box score tonight. It's been a team effort so far. 6, 5, and 6 for me. 7 points for Donnie G. Bradley's got 9, and Clifford's got 9 as well. But Cade Cunningham, like I said, ever since he got dunked on in game 2 last episode, he's looked like a much different player. Didn't have the swagger in game 3 we thought we'd see again, and then now here in game 4, he is just going through the motions out there. 2 points, no assists in 15 minutes. So 64-54, Bradley Beal off the mark here. Grab another rebound, and perhaps I'm trying to go after that triple-double. Look at all the attention I bring to me as I beat Clifford off the bounce, and it'll be Ferran already at 20 points with so much time left to play. 67-54, Knicks on top. We've had a couple close calls in this series, and a pretty bad loss in game 1. Maybe today we're trying to finally have a convincing win to finally silence the Wizards. Ferran, nice pass to Toppin. I feel like I've been saying that a lot in these past couple games. Ferran, nice pass to him, nice pass to him. And how about nice defense inside? I've also been saying that a lot. Bradley Beal has gone cold, as Ferran will give it up to Donovan. It's almost poke loose, but this has just been one of those days where nothing can go wrong for the Knicks. Right in the hands of me. Cade Cunningham out of position. No one picks me up, as it's pretty much a free 2 points down the lane off of the near steal. So up by 14. I would check out once again. Coming back in, Washington making it pretty competitive here, but in the fourth quarter, newsflash, it was all New York Knicks. Getting us started would be Ferran. We love this play here. This angle just sets us up for an awesome 3-point look for Ferran. He will knock it down. Clifford, the off-ball foul on me, meaning I will have a chance to make it a 4-point possession, and that I would. Still perfect from the line here in the first round series against Washington. And that will put us up by double digits, and we would continue to put the pressure on Washington. This one well short by Jerome Clifford. And once again, another 50-50 ball goes our way. Toppin to Donnie to Ferran. This one is ripped clean once again. Is Ferran going to let off the gas, or is he going to put away Washington in style? He's already got 31. We'll see how high he goes today. He's a road dog. He's a road warrior. And him and Jerome Clifford have been going back and forth all series long. But you know what? We've been having so much fun from three. Why not I get into it as well? I've actually shot 2 for 5 on the series from 3, so I'm not taking many. You guys know me. I try to be very selective on my threes, as this one is a bounce pass inside to Montrezl Harrell. Why not trust him with a little post up, as we actually run the possession through Harrell right there, and he makes good to give me assist number 10, and we're hovering around 60% from the field in this game. You can't ask for much more if you're a Knick fan. Toppin with another block, and how about Ferran with another 3-point shot and make? Let's go. Pouring it on here. I think we only have a couple more highlights to show here in the post game, because we were all there. You know, it was all New York there in the fourth quarter. The Wizards made us think about it there. Entering the third, they cut it down to 7, but we ended up outscoring them by 22 points in the fourth quarter to coast to a convincing game 4 and series victory behind Ferran's 26 second half points and 43 points on the game. 14 and 14 from me, 6 of 11 from the line, or rather from the field. Toppin again was ultra efficient, and Donnie did not even miss a shot with 4 blocks to go with his totals. Oh my goodness, what a game by New York, man. This was what we wanted, with the Brooklyn Nets right around the corner. We've split the season series against them. Obviously, we know their big three, Kyrie, Dame, and Durant. We know what waits ahead for us. So to put together a performance like this, to give us some motivation and some confidence going into that all New York Conference semifinals against my boy Lillard, that long-standing rivalry, that feels pretty good, I have to say. So, pretty funny. The only 2 series have been decided are me, Donovan, and Deshaun, or rather me, Donovan, and Ferran's Knicks, and Deshaun's Mavericks. That's the only 2 teams that have moved on. Rather, of course, we play Brooklyn and they play the Pelicans, but you get what I'm saying. So I'm closing down episode 90 right here, as this was a very fun episode to make. It feels great to be back playing some playoff basketball. That's what it's all about. That's what I love to do here. And it's always my favorite time of the year when we get some playoff basketball, no matter what series it is. Ferran, 32 points in this Wizards series. I put together 15 and 13 assists with 3 steals. Donovan was awesome on defense, and he pitched in with 14 and 9.5 rebounds a night. And of course, Toppin and Hero playing like studs in the front court. So that'll bring us to an end to episode 90. Right around the corner, we will face Brooklyn in a 5-game series to decide who will move on to the conference finals. And of course, you guys know perhaps this episode, or rather series, may be coming to an end at the end of season 6. So this may be our last meeting with Damian Lillard, our #1 rival throughout this series. So a lot to look forward to in that series in itself. Can't wait for that here on College Sports Revive. Stay tuned for that and much more. Hopefully you guys have a good night. Stick around. I'll see you guys very soon.